What's up, GPG? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be reviewing Andrew's 2014 Mustang. It's a V6, and a lot of people are going to hate on that, but he has got a project car too. I know you guys have seen that before. It's going to be his Fox body. And right now the Fox body's having a couple issues, but we're going to go ahead and talk to you about this car today. So what have you done to this car?
So this is my daily. I try not to do too many things to it. I want to keep it kind of reliable. Like you said, my project car is the Fox body. So what I've done to this is pretty much the basics. I've installed the Steeda cold air intake.
You gotta do the cold air.
Yeah, that's like the first mod I did, and then that were actually required to tune. So that was my next mod that I had to do because car required that.
So you running on, I know you at one point you were running on 93 in this car, right?
Yes.
So that's not as much like a daily thing. Are you back on that tune right now, or?
I'm actually back on 87 because 87? Just it's more fuel efficient for me, and I don't need to be blasting on this car right now.
No.
So yeah. So then I have Borla Ataks.
Which you guys will hear right here.
It's just the mufflers though. That was a race rocket, not my car, but
No, but it sounds, for a V6, I have to say, for every single V6 I've seen, this V6 looks amazing. He's also got a set of wheels on this. You've got Mickey Thompson tires on it, but what kind of wheels do you have?
They're from a company called American Muscle. They're kind of rip-off Vongate Junior RTR wheels. They're like replica wheels, I guess you could say. And they're dark stainless. They're 20 by 8.5 up front and 20 by 10 in the back. I'm running 275 up front, 305 in the rear, Mickey Thompson street comps.
Those Mickey Thompson street comps, they stick.
You've taken
this car to the mountains. I've been with him in the mountains with this car, and it sticks up there. It's 70 miles an hour in a turn, and it's just a lot of confidence. So what kind of plans do you have for this car in the future?
Right now, it's got stock suspension on the car, and body rolls really, really bad. So that's probably something I really need to address at some point. So lowering springs, probably a pan hard bar, and some lower control arms, more stronger ones, so I get planted the rear wheels more. And then that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too heavily modified on this car. I mean, maybe some cosmetics, because right now it's pretty much stock on the outside. I have stock grill and everything. So I
would say this too, for a V6, he doesn't want this. He doesn't want to be one of those posers, all those V6 owners out there that put the GT badges on, and that's not what you're going for.
Yeah, I know it's a V6. I'm not trying to mask that. And, I know a lot of V6 guys try to put H pipes on their car and resonators and stuff. They try to make it sound deeper, try to mask that high pitched V6 sound. I mean, it is what it is. So
it's definitely what it is, and you don't want to really change that characteristic of this car. This car is amazing as it is. I know you at one point you were thinking, maybe I should go for a V8, but that may be down in the future. What's some of the things that you love about this car? What is if you were to think about your favorite things about this car, what would it be?
Black.
I
like that. I like color black. Both my cars are black.
So if you guys see in the pictures too, his car is blacked out. You can barely see through the windows.
Yeah, it's got 15% tint on it, so it's kind of dark.
It's very dark, but it makes the car look how it is.
Yeah,
it's what makes it what it is.
Exactly.
So, and if you were to say that there's one thing you don't like, and it's let me preface this: there's one thing you don't like, not the fact that it doesn't have a V6, other than a V6.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a harder question, right?
Yeah.
You have to think about it, because most people are like, "Oh, I want more power." But as a daily, what are some of the, is there one thing as a daily you wish it didn't?
This transmission, the MT82, it sucks. Because if you're actually trying to go through the gears, sometimes it gets caught up and the synchros go bad, and it's just a bad design from Ford. It's a hard question.
It is a difficult question, and nobody wants to hate on their own car, but everybody knows, everyone knows that this is the one thing I don't like, the blemishes, or when you're a car guy, your car, what you don't like, and people are like, "Oh, dude, your car's so awesome." And it's just my car. Just calm down. So
yeah, besides the V8, not having a V8 and the transmission, I think that's pretty much it.
So what got you interested in cars and the car culture and kind of that kind of stuff there? there?
Well, my dad is a more traditional car guy. He's the guy that doesn't like to put miles on his cars. He doesn't like to race them that hard. He likes to go to car shows and sit in a lawn chair and, you know, get judged on how clean his car is and all that kind of stuff. So going to events like that with him since I was like 5 years old, that's what kind of like started it for me. He had a 69 Shelby GT500, and we used to go to car shows and stuff like that, and he's had a lot of Mustangs. That's what kind of started me on this whole Mustang craze. He had a 66, he had a, these guys are gonna hit me, he had a 66 convertible, he has a 2006 Saleen Mustang right now, he has a 76 Torino. He's a Ford guy.
He's a Ford guy.
Yeah.
And I would say you kind of are too. Mustang. You know, when you own two Mustangs, you kind of have to say you're a Ford guy,
that
right?
are both black.
Yeah.
Kind of consistent.
Very consistent with what you like.
Yeah.
But when you do like something, you have to follow that passion, and I think you have done that. But like, if you were to think of what's the next step after this car, because you aren't personally attached to this car as much as the Fox body, right?
Right.
So if you were to go to another car, what would that be?
If I were to get rid of this, which is probably going to happen eventually, I don't know, I kind of want a truck. I'm getting kind of bored with cars. I mean, I like cars going fast and all that stuff, but I'd rather drive something a little bit slower. That's not going to tempt me to get tickets and get in trouble. So yeah, I'd really like a truck or something equivalent to that, or diesel or something.
Diesel something, that'd be interesting. Just get like a would you stay with Ford though, or is your passion changed? Does your passion like kind of sway from that brand when you go towards trucks?
Yeah, I like Ford trucks. Dodge is up there too. I like that Cummins motor a whole lot. It just depends on the truck. I really like late 90s, the OBS Ford F-250s and stuff with the 7.3 liter. I think those are really cool.
Those are really cool. Awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, trying to get something like that. 6-speed, gotta get a 6-speed though.
Got a 6-speed. Stay in manual transmission. Could you go to an automatic?
No, I just get bored. That's not fun. It's not part of the driving experience.
It's not, and you don't have as much control over what you're doing. It's someone else telling you, hey, I'm gonna shift here, I'm gonna shift there.
Yeah.
You just can't feel the car. I like the one thing too, as far as he has a Fox body too, and that doesn't have power steering in it, right? And so when you talk about a car that has power steering versus a car that has no power steering, you can kind of feel the road even better.
Yeah, it's more of a driver's car. It makes the car more predictable. You know what it's going to do in a turn more when you can feel more bumps in the road, and it makes the car react the way you think it's going to react. With power steering, you kind of lose that feel on the road. Like it gets absorbed through the system. Like in this car, I can't feel a lot of feedback from the road. I mean, I have 20s on here, so I feel a little bit more bumps than I did stock. But on my Fox body, I feel everything with that manual steering rack and everything. So.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching again. GPG. See you.